everyone. This is Football 101, and we are back. That's right, we are back, and this is a special edition of Football 101. We getting ready for the Super Bowl. Get your game face on. That's right, getting ready for the Super Bowl. This show is all about the Super Bowl prediction, as well as Brady retirement and the state of the NFL. That's right. We're going to give you our Super Bowl prediction between the Cincinnati Bengals and the LA Rams. And we're going to talk about, I got to talk about Brady retirement. Yeah, my boy Brady retirement. After 22 years, I'm going to give props to Brady. I'm not going to go over the stats. I'm giving props. Brady retirement and the state of the NFL. Yeah, it's kind of crazy right now, the state of the NFL. So let's get straight to it. I know most of you are about ready to get your game face on, because it's Super Bowl time. It's the third week of February. And now, after the Pro Bowl, all the antics of the Pro Bowl, and after all of the things that have been happening after the AFC Championship, NFC Championship, we are getting, the countdown is on for the Super Bowl. This is what it's all about. The Super Bowl, the mega event. Next Sunday. I'm taping this on a Sunday. I'm taping this, February 6th. And the Super Bowl is next week, February 13th. So I'm giving you my prediction. My prediction right now. And it's my hometown. It's my home state. It's my Bengals. Who they think they're going to beat them Bengals? Who they? So, yeah, I switched from the Tampa Bay Bucks to my hometown, Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, I give props to Cincinnati. And guess what? Yes, all the Bengals fans, diehard fans, when they were in the Super Bowl, since 1988. I remember it well. Chris Collinsworth. Yeah. All the boys back then. Who they? Icky Woods. Who they think they're going to beat them Bengals? Well, now it's 2022, and the Bengals are in the Super Bowl. The Skyline Chili Cincy Bengals. Those of you who are from Cincy know about Skyline Chili. The Cincy Bengals, owned by the Mike Brown organization, ownership, because of the Paul Brown. And yes, the underdog, the Bengals are in the Super Bowl. And guess what? I broke down the game. And yes, they're going against the super talented, super free agent LA Rams in SoFi Stadium, in their own home stadium. And yes, I used to live in LA too. And I'm sure I haven't seen the SoFi Stadium. It's in Inglewood, California, and I know it's just so beautiful. But with the LA Rams, head coach McVay, giving props. He's a Miami University graduate, and give them props because the entire league, let me just say that the entire league is rooting for the LA Rams. It's showtime out there. They spent way too much money. It's never too much money for LA teams. They spent a lot of money for the free agents. Yes, they have Aaron Donald, superstar defensive tackle. Yes, they have Jalen Ramsey, superstar defensive cornerback. Yes, they have Von Miller, going to be a Hall of Famer, defensive end pass rusher, formerly of the Broncos, just came over in a deal. Yes, they have OBJ, wide receiver from the Cleveland Browns. Yes, they have Matthew Stafford from Detroit Lions. I know Detroit. But Matt Stafford from Detroit, first year with the LA Rams. This is his time. And yes, they've even pulled out of retirement Eric Waddle. That's right, Eric Waddle, all-pro safety. Used to be with the St. Louis Rams, then with the LA Rams, and he retired, and he just came out of retirement and played in the NFC Championship game, and now he's in the Super Bowl. Now, where can you get a team that has all of these free agents coming out of retirement as well? You know something is up when you have that many free agents on one team to win the Super Bowl. But I don't give a hoot. I don't give a hoot how many free agents they have. They're not going to beat them Bengals. Yes, I always go for the underdog. And let me tell you a little bit about the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll be truthful. I haven't followed them all season, practically all season long. I knew they were good, but I didn't know they were great. Yeah, I knew they were good. I knew they were going to challenge the AFC North, but I didn't know they were that great. And let me start off with Zach Taylor, the head coach. He's only been there he is the 10th head coach in Cincinnati, and he's only been there, this is his third season. And let me give a shout out. He has an excellent coaching staff, and who I was very impressed. Let me just say this, particularly in the past couple of games, but I'm a defensive player, and I pay attention to more of the defense. But give props to their defensive coordinator, Lou Anaromo, the defensive coordinator. He shut down. He made the adjustments in the last game against the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes and shut them down in the second half. With all the stars that KC had, with all the superstars that KC, he shut them down. So I think he's going to scheme, and let me just say, Super Bowl is all about adjustments. It's not about the superstars on the field. It's all about adjustments. And if you have enough high-level players on either team, on both teams, it's about the adjustments first half and particularly the second half. And since I'm a defensive-minded player, former player, damn, I feel like I can still go out there. You know the Beetle. He wants to get a little physical. You gotta get your game face on. I got my game face on. And I believe the defensive coordinator will get the defense ready to make the necessary adjustments against that LA Rams off. And yes, I forgot about LA Rams. The number one player really on their team is Cooper Kupp, the wide receiver. That's where he's the person that I believe Lou Anaromo will make the key. How do you shut down not OBJ, but Cooper Kupp? Cooper Kupp is the NFL. He's an MVP of the league. Cooper Kupp. The dude is bad. And I believe the Bengals will be coming up with enough pressure on Matt Stafford, their defense, enough pressure on Matt. And let me just say, Matt Stafford is going to throw at least one or two interceptions in the game. Yeah, the real Matt Stafford will come out. As we all know, those of us who are familiar with Detroit Lions, he always throws a pick or two in big games. And I'm betting that he'll throw a pick or two in this game. At least I'm hoping. So, again, I think I'm biased. I think the defense will make a play against the Rams' high-powered offense. high-powered offense with all the free agents coming out of everywhere. And I believe next year they're going to hire everybody who was a NFL pro to come on their team because they're just free agent crazy. Free agent crazy. Versus the Bengals, this is new to them. And why not? They have no fear. Let me just say this. The pressure is on the LA Rams. There's no pressure on the Bengals. Who they think they're going to beat the Bengals? There's no pressure on the Bengals. The Bengals just showing up and being prime time. Being prime time. And yes, let me go to, and I really like the coaching staff. Again, the coaching staff of the Bengals, they're phenomenal. And let me just start off with the offense with the Bengals. Of course, my boy Joe Burrow. Yes, he had to sit the bench in Ohio State, transferred out, went to LSU, became superstar, won the Heisman Trophy winner, won the national the championship in college 2 years ago, and now this is his second year, and now he's in the Super Bowl. Mr. Joe Burrow from Athens, Ohio. That's right. Mr. Joe Burrow, Mr. Cigar, Mr. Cool, Joe Burrow said it during the summer training camp. He said the Bengals are going places, and this kid has taken the Bengals to the Super Bowl. Along with Joe Burrow, Mr. Joe Cool Burrow, is Joe Mixon, the running back. And let me just say, his running style is physical. He has that it. He knows how to turn it on in the most crucial situations. Joe Mixon, give him props. He's just taking over the running back position. And they need Joe Mixon to run hard and make special plays. Now the wide receiver, T. Higgins, makes big plays. Wide receiver, Tyler Boyd, makes big plays. And of course, Jamar Chase, a rookie from LSU and former teammate of Joe Burrow. Wow. They just blew up the league this year. Blew up the league. And of course, they're going to be doubling up Jamar Chase. There's no doubt. The LA Rams defense with their DBs and with Eric Weddle. Now, Eric Weddle's not playing man coverage. Now, what he's playing, he's not going to be playing man. He plays like a strong safety. He's close to the line to stop the runs. So they're going to rely upon their other DBs to really man up with Jamar Chase. So he's going to be man up with the top DB. But I guarantee you, Tyler Boyd or T. Higgins and my boy C.J. Uzomah, that's right, C.J. Uzomah, the tight end, he's going to have a game. Because, again, whether he gets paired up against the safety with Eric Weddle, Uzomah, they're going to position him out on a slot, and he's going to go to town. Yes, he's still kind of injured, but I believe he will bring his A game in the Super Bowl. So watch out for C.J. Uzomah, the tight end, to have a breakout game, another breakout game, even though he's really injured, but he said he's a go. And their front line, I think their front line is physical enough to give Joe Burrow just enough time. Now, here's the key for Joe Burrow. He's going to have to move right and left. He cannot sit in that pocket with Aaron Donald coming at him, with that pass rush coming at him. He can't come. They have all the craziness, the pass rush coming at Joe Burrow. They're going to have to move the pocket right and left. Joe Burrow, just like in the KC game, going to have to make some plays. Going to have to run. It's going to be challenging, no doubt. He's going to get sacked. We know he's going to get sacked, but long as he can still make the critical plays down the edge, that is the key. So yes, that front three from the Rams going to be coming at him. But Joe Burrow getting out of the pocket and the offensive line stepping up. Trey Hopkins, Quentin Spain, Jonathan Williams, Hakeem Adeniji, and Isaiah Prince blocking just enough to give Joe Burrow enough time. And the Bengals defense, let me give a shout out to Trey Henderson. He's bringing it. That's Trey Hendrickson. I'm sorry. Trey Hendrickson. Hendrickson. There you go. I told you, Bengals players are still new to me. But he's bringing the pain on the defensive end. He's bringing the pass rush. And then they have, Sam Hubbard, another defensive end. But of course, I pay attention to the corners and the safeties. Eli Apple, former the Ohio State DB, has to step up his game. Azui stepped up his game up against the KC and made a critical interception. Von Bell, veteran DB. They also have Trey Waynes, veteran DB. Jesse Bates as safety. That secondary will have to play exceptionally well, no doubt. They have to play out of, and I think they just don't have that fear factor. They're ready to go. They're ready to man up, whether it's man or undercover man or it's zone or too deep zone. I believe they'll make the adjustments and handle just enough of that very talented wide receivers and wide receiver core of the Rams. And I believe they will keep them within reason, make critical plays. And yes, I was surprised even the Bengals picked up traveling veteran Vernon Hargreaves. Vernon Hargreaves III. I saw him in the last game. I was surprised. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Vernon Hargreaves, but hey, he's a DB. Okay, long as he steps up, makes play. Hey, when you're out there on the field, he's third string DB. When you're out there on the field, make a play. So again, I just see that the Bengals defense played very physical, made the adjustments again and again and again in the playoffs, taking care of business. So yes, I'm picking the Cincinnati Bengals to win the Super Bowl by 1 or 3 points. It only takes 1 or 3 points to win the Super Bowl. And a shout out, of course, to their superstar kicker, Evan McPherson, who has won each and every one of their playoff games. That's the reason why you draft a kicker. Yeah, he's new. He's a rookie. You draft a kicker, and Evan McPherson been bringing it. Man, his veins, he's ice cold. Ice cold. So look for Evan McPherson. Hopefully he can do it again and win the Super Bowl for the Cincinnati Bengals. That's right. That's where the Bengals will win the Super Bowl. I'm taking the underdog. Yeah, they're 14-point underdog. They're 14 points. The Rams are 14-point favorite already. It may blow up to about 17 or 18 points by the Super Bowl. But give me the underdog, because Beetle has always been an underdog. And of course, I got to go with my hometown team, Cincinnati Bengals. Who they think they're going to beat the Bengals? Who they? So there you go. So there's my Super Bowl prediction right there. Have to get it out there. And moving quickly to our next topic in the show, Brady retirement. That's right. My boy Brady retired. After 22 years and after the last playoff game losing against the LA Rams. As a matter of fact, they could have won that game if it wasn't for mismanagement of the clock and 30 seconds left in the game. They almost won, but neither here nor there. Still got a little edge on that. Neither here nor there. Brady successfully came back, won a Super Bowl after being dished, after being let go, really let go by the Patriots. He wins a Super Bowl and returned after another year. And yes, he still made the playoffs, won the NFC South, and says enough is enough. So all the haters out there for Brady, give the dude props. He was really not a super talented quarterback coming out of University of Michigan, overlooked in the draft, sitting the bench his first year, second year. Finally got a break behind Drew Bledsoe in New England. And after Drew Bledsoe got injured, that's where Tom Brady got off the bench and never went back on the bench. He learned his craft. He did the extra work, more than extra work. Did the extra work on during the season, off season, and elevated the game to another level, elevated the team to another level. And many times what I do, I listen to the players who played with Brady. And man, the players, the brothers talk about him like, hey, he's the man. I don't necessarily listen to what the individual athlete talks about. I listen to his teammates. And all the teammates that I've heard over the years, over the 22 years of his career, always gave him props. And I'm talking about many brothers as possible. The second, third teamers always giving Brady props for committing himself to the game, committing himself to the team. So again, listening to others about a star athlete, that's where you find out is he or she, in this case with Brady, is he really that good? And yes, my boy Brady was that good. And being at 44 years of age, still playing. And by the way, when you saw, I noticed even in the press conference after their loss, he said he was still in great shape. In that press conference, he said, I feel great physically. So it was the reason why he retired, and I did a show why he would come back. The reason why he actually retired, he has too many commitments. He has the Brady line of clothes out. He has the TB12. He has so many productions, so many things going on. And of course, he has his family, his kids, and his wife, Giselle. I go in retirement too. He's got a lot of things going on. So props to Brady. Again, and guess what? In 5 years, I'm going to be there at the Hall of Fame with Brady Retirement. Brady going in with also Ben Roethlisberger from the Steelers going in. Man, it's going to be a jam-packed situation in 5 years at the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. So props to Brady. Bringing the pain and even being dished by the Patriots. He said, I'm still going to play at a high level regardless of how bad you treat me at the top of my game. And he still wins the Super Bowl. That's seven Super Bowls from one person. So props to Brady. So there you go. And then finally, the state of the NFL. The state of the NFL. And I just watched a little bit of the 2022 Pro Bowl game. I'm glad everyone had fun. And the AFC team won again. And I'm glad they won. Great job. Nowadays it's hard to watch the Pro Bowl because there's no tackling. It's just touch. It's really a touch. It's really a flag football game, and it's hard to watch. Hard to watch the Pro Bowl. But the brothers and the players, they got to get their notoriety. They have to get paid. And they have to, they're fulfilling their contracts, but they're getting, paid over top when you make the Pro Bowl. And their families, it's nice to see their families there. So props to all the players, all the athletes who made the Pro Bowl. Props to them. Yet the state of the NFL is in a tough situation right now with the lack of hiring of black coaches. And you've already heard about Brian Flores fired from the Miami Dolphins and filing a lawsuit against the NFL. And now lately, first the NFL said with no doubt that they were denying all his charges. Well, just the other day, just on Saturday, the commissioner, Goodell, said we need to develop a better hiring practice and look into our diversity initiatives. That was the statement, the official statement from the commissioner. He said they will do an independent investigation of their hiring practices. Yeah, the commissioner. Again, first they said there's no discrimination, and then just yesterday, just Saturday, February 5th, he says, official statement, the NFL will do an independent investigation of their hiring practices. So what does that tell you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, man, all the niceties and stuff, but and then there's other African-American coaches that are coming out and supporting Brian Flores' position that has happened to them as well. And some of the people that were in the lawsuit, Brian Flores, they pushed back. But there's more folks that are supporting, not out front, but they're supporting Brian Flores and the state of the NFL with regards to black coaches. Of course, they're increasing their diversity in the front offices, the staffing of teams. That's nice staffing, But the head coach, when there's only one, right now, one African-American coach in the NFL out of 32 teams. And just today, earlier today, the Miami Dolphins hired the offensive coordinator for where's he from? From San Francisco 49ers. There you go. Yeah, the Dolphins hired, and there you go. And let me just say, Brian Flores, he's still looking for a job. And he's in I think he's, what I saw this morning, he still is the top third candidate for the Houston Texans job. So he may get hired by the Houston Texans. He also applied for the New Orleans Saints job, but I think that's going to another coach. But Brian Flores and other brothers, there's only one other position available for head coach. So potentially there may be two black head coaches next year in 2022 out of 32. Again, numbers don't lie. Not good. That's all I'm going to say. Not good when you don't have a head coach that doesn't look like 70% of the players in the league. 70% of the players are black African American. There's only one coach right now, head coach. So again, and let me just say, the Beetle played the game. It's always good to have at least a coach, just assistant coach or offensive coordinator who looks like you. It does make a difference. But again, it's about the relationships. I go for that. I go for that. But again, over time, you would just like to see major improvement of the NFL. And they have still, the Beatles going to say it, a long way to go. So there you go. This is So about Super Bowl prediction, Brady retirement, and the state of the NFL. I gave you my Super Bowl prediction. It's going to be the Bengals. I talked about Brady retirement and the state of the NFL. So there you go. Enjoy the week. And like I said, who they think they're going to beat the Bengals? Who there? Get your game face on. Because I got it on. Even after the Super Bowl. Even during the Super Bowl, after the Super Bowl, all season long. Get your game face on.